What a day.
Wait. Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If this is your first time here, I am the big fella that is the Scruffy trade. Must be true, says so, right there. So what am I doing? I'm trying to put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good and you want to learn more, click that little subscribe button, smash the like. For future updates, make certain all your notifications are turned on, including the mobile, or just drop in the description and follow my Twitter and social media feeds. So what am I looking at today? Well, after yesterday's terrible day, because I got a royal clip yesterday. Well, it wasn't a royal clip. I got some money out, but I left a couple of runners, and I did the cardinal sin. I didn't pull them to break even before I went to bed. I was kind of got caught up in a couple of things yesterday. When I've come and woke up this morning, they're being clipped. It's just one of them things. The saving grace is, because I carve and bank money throughout the day, the damage wasn't as bad as what you think it is. It just looked bad on the surface, but actually I was kind of roughly net positive, although I've had a big hole to dig out of this morning. My trades are done, and I'm quite happy with my return. Just getting back to square one is a good thing. But I kind of opened my mouth to one of the, well, not really opened my mouth to one of the guys in the Scruffy squad. I said I would do it. So, well, yeah, I suppose I did open my mouth. So it's a little salute to Dwayne. Now, I've broke the chart down for him already. And I've also gave the guys the strength sheet. Now, that is what I've been up to today. We now at sort of just after 12 o'clock. And earlier on, I dropped in exactly what I was doing, because I like to do that. So this is what I'm about to do now. Now, earlier on today, if I move this up, yeah, there were apparently I've got a shady taste in music. I mean, what's wrong with Boney M? They're fantastic. Anyway, and I explained that we're going to do a live stream on Sunday, and those guys can pick the subject. And we'll be doing stretch markets, which lines in quite well with what we're looking at now, because the US100 is pretty darn stretched. But if I just pull this back up, it might have been easier going into, oh, there we are. This morning, I did the same thing, which is this, okay? A DAX overview of what I was doing this morning, so they can see exactly what it is that I do, okay? And what have I done this morning? Well, got myself out of a hole. As you can see, I woke up to this horror, which weren't good, because it wiped out any of the profit that I had. I've had to carve away at it to get back to square one. Amazing. But as we were having a little chat and one thing and another, if I pull up that Discord, I think it might have been in here when we were discussing. Could be wrong, because guys do talk all the time. It might have been in Rogue, actually. Hold on. Where were we getting in? Can't remember where I saw it now. Forex charts. Swing. Could have sworn it was in the indices. Anyway, might have even been in this one. That's the thing with multiple channels on a Discord. kind of forget where I was speaking to somebody at. Anyway, cut long story short, it was Dwayne. So a little salute to you, my friend. And I said I'd look at the US tech. Why? Because in the discussion, from what I remember rightly, I was going to show you, but I can't remember where it is. I trade the DAX pretty much every day. And I was kind of trying to explain a little bit that if you like a certain set of products and they fit in with your lifestyle, in other words, your time zone, your working capabilities, etc., stick with them. I mean, I look at DAX cable pretty much every day, keep half an eye on the FTSE, and I keep half an eye on euro dollar. They're my go-to markets all the time. Why? Well, it's just because I trade them every day and I understand them. And it's comfortable for me. Now, when I go into my sort of non-comfort zone, I don't like trading the Swissy. I find it hard work. I don't like trading USJPY. And again, yesterday proved why I don't like trading it. It slapped me in the head. If you trade what you know, based on where you are, life becomes easier. Why? Because you're in and around it all the time. Why do I like FTSE cable DAX? Well, I live in the UK, so the FTSE and the pound is in the news quite a lot. And you also hear a lot of news about the continent, Euro, because so I'm in and around it all the time. Now, if you're in the States, similar thing is sort of like the US100, the S&P 500, anything to do with the dollar. So you may well like sort of dollar JPY. What I'm driving at is, if it's in and around your news all the time, you kind of get attuned to it. Now, there's markets within markets, because there's also the Dow over there, and I find that a nightmare. Why? It just moves too quick. My pockets aren't big enough to cope with it. And I've got a decent account and I won't trade it. So there you go. And the US Tech 100 is kind of moves in a similar way to the DAX. So I thought I'd explore it. Hope that makes sense. So let's have a little look, because I'm about to go grab myself a coffee, because I don't think this is quite ready to go yet. What I was looking for, I'm looking for a buy on this thing. Now, why am I looking for a buy? Because this looks like it's pushing down. Well, it is pushing down, but it's also been pushing down quite a bit. You can see that here. And it is ranging out. Now, if it's going to stay within this range, there has to be some form of a reprieve. That will pull up into these levels here, maybe into the midpoint here where this bunch is. And you can get some decent pips out of it, if that's all you're looking for. Now, if I'm looking for a longer term, I'll be looking for this to continue. But as we know, markets don't go in a single direction for a long time. You know, even that, it's sustained, but it did have a reprieve. That sustained, it did have a reprieve. And you can see it regular. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times this has had a hard time. And then the level that it's coming into has showed signs of a push back up to the other side. So I'm keeping a close eye on this level, and I'm just going to see if I can grab a few pips out of it. That's the name of the game. Now, if I come out to the daily again, you can see it in another format, because if that's pushed down and it's starting to push back up, it's possibly around this area it'll push up to before it rolls over to continue down over. So these are substantial moves, and you've got to be a little bit wary and keep an eye on them. Now, the one thing I am keeping an eye on is the fact that this is massively red. Now, does that mean it's a selling day? Well, could be. But even in a selling day, there's reprieves. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for. So my anchor chart on this is the hourly. So it's this, I can see it, it's pushed, it's had 3 solid hours of moving down, and it's stopping on what appears to be this level. So I'm going to watch it over the course of, well, certainly the next 45 minutes to see if I can find an entry point and then just grab a quick burst, boom, 50 quid, more than happy. Okay. Anything more than that, happy days. I mean, what have we got? So, I mean, take 165. I'm like 40 quid up. Amazing. So, today is damage control. I'm only trading this because I said I would. Otherwise, I would have just walked away and left today to its own devices. Why? Lick my wounds. You know, I don't like to try and chase the market over and over. I just like to trade what I see, and if I'm right, result, and if I'm wrong, I'll step away and do it again the next day with a better frame of mind. Hope that makes sense, because your frame of mind is so important in trading. So let me do my trade, and then I'll come back to you at the end. Okay. Okay, guys, been stopped out. So what have I done? Well, I stuck to my conviction, and it paid me. When I saw it get to a certain point, I decided, right, I'm going to pull it into break even and take some money off the table. Why? Because I started seeing this, you know, and that lined up with this. It is a 5-minute chart, so it's not end of world stuff. But I also monitor a 15-minute chart as well. And what I don't want is to give back my profit. But what it's achieved for me is this. So I haven't got a lot of work to do in order to get back to square one plus a wage. And I have a simple choice now. It's 5-1. Do I go back to market and just be sort of silly and look for the extra money? Or do I just call it a day? Well, personally, because the markets are quite erratic today, I would just step back and call it a day. And I know there's a lot out there go, oh, well, you got all afternoon to trade. Yeah, I do. But I've already traded. And the worst thing you can do is outstay your welcome. It's kind of why when I'm day trading, you can call it kind of scalping if you like. I don't like calling it scalping because it's not. I have a single trade idea to get from said point to said point with stop off points on the way. Now, if I can make enough money with only a couple of those stop off points, I'm more than happy. But if I'm going to be working at it all day, then I have plenty of opportunities to get in. But I only want 1 or 2 opportunities. And if I've had those 2 opportunities, I kind of step back. Because, like I say, if you outstay your welcome and you go in, and you go in, and you go in, you might get 1 or 2 good shots. But the third one might be the one that takes it off you. And that's kind of why I step out of it. I'm quite a conservative trader that way. So when you see all of the bits and pieces, it's normally one trade, but I've just broken it up. And it looks more than what it actually is. It's actually only 1 or 2 trades. So I hope that in a roundabout way makes sense. I did find the conversation, by the way, because it was winding me up. I knew it was yesterday. There it is. That's Dwayne, dog blind. That salutes you. And he was happy with his results, and obviously I was in it the DAX again yesterday. Did quite well. Showed them that lot. That's kind of what you've just been looking at now from yesterday. And we had the conversation, and in it yesterday, as promised, I said I would look at the US100 to help. That's kind of why I do it. I like to think I'm a man of my word. You know, it's a little bit with the Mankini thing. If you go through, I think it's Kiss My DAX. In fact, yes, go find Kiss My DAX video, and you'll see I do stick to my words, because that lot dared me, and well, never dare a fool. So there you go. Anyway, so that's my trade done. That's my day done. I'm just gonna chill out a bit and do it all again tomorrow. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.